So a lot of people were wondering, where is my Taken 3 movie review? Well, honestly, I didn't feel like making a movie review for that. Here, I even made my own version of Taken 3. Here it is.
Ah, I'm Liam Neeson. Where's my daughter? Where's my daughter? Where are they? Oh my God. Oh, where are they? Where's my daughter? I'm running away from Forrest Whitaker and the FBI. Can't tell what's going on, can you? Can you? Oh, look at all these shots for no reason. Oh, shaky cam, shaky cam, shaky cam.
Like my own version, you're probably gonna love the real version. Okay, now on to a good movie. Is written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. It also stars Joaquin Phoenix, Benicio del Toro, Josh Brolin, Owen Wilson, Eric Roberts, Kathleen Witherspoon. A lot of people are in this movie. Film stars a private eye detective of sorts played by Joaquin Phoenix, who is greeted by his ex-old lady, who needs him to investigate a criminal-ish type of scheme going on between Eric Roberts' character, who's basically sent in a mental hospital or something. It's just really hard to explain, and then he gets assigned to it. He has to do it. He meets some weird people. He goes on some strange tales, and a lot of craziness ensues. I was really excited for this movie, and how do I think of it? It's a good movie. Honestly, it is a very good movie. I think Joaquin Phoenix is very excellent in the role, as he always is. I think Josh Brolin's also very excellent and very funny, surprisingly. I think even Reese Witherspoon, despite her being only in a little bit, she's also good. And same thing goes for Benicio del Toro, who I'm not really a huge fan of that much, but I do think he was very good in the role. I do think the script is very good. It's directed well. I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson knows how to make a good-looking movie. He knows how to make a well-shot, well-framed film. I mean, I would rather take a well-shot, just executed, directed film, then take a CGI, green screen, just orgy on the screen. This movie is really strange because the plot is just so weird and bizarre. I mean, one minute it goes this direction, one minute it goes this direction. There's a lot of twists and turns with characters. I mean, and that's what I really like about Paul Thomas Anderson's films. I mean, they're very non-linear, they're very different from each other, and they're very different even from other films that have come out in the last few years. I mean, he is just one of the most original filmmakers working today. If you haven't seen Boogie Nights, There Will Be Blood, The Master, I mean, I haven't seen Magnolia yet, but I've heard great things. If you haven't seen those movies, just watch them. They are just masterpieces of art, and they're just so great. Even though I thought this film isn't like his best film, obviously, it is a very good film. It's definitely worth seeing. I mean, the writing is well executed, the characters are great. I do have a few problems with the movie, however. Sometimes the plot gets a little convoluted for its own good. Like, one minute it goes this direction, and then one minute it goes that direction, like I said originally. And it's just a little too hard to follow sometimes. And that's kind of the same problem I had with The Master when I first saw it, is that I really didn't get it at first, the first time I watched it. But luckily, I've watched it quite a few times. I even own it on Blu-ray. I do think I get it a lot more. It's definitely a second watch movie. Like, if this movie, if you don't get it at all the first time, then at least watch it one more time just to get it. And another problem I have with this movie is that sometimes this movie would just feel a little longer than it should. Like, I think, just like The Master, that movie went over probably like 10, 15, 20 minutes, a little past of what it should have been. Same thing goes for this movie. It just goes a little too longer than I really want it to. I think it should have been shortened at least maybe 10, 15 minutes. Maybe a couple of plots that really didn't make a lot of sense and really didn't fit in the role that much. Like, Eric Roberts is only in it for a brief moment, and his character really doesn't matter if you really think about it. Overall, though, I really like this movie. I dug it. I really love the 70s feel to it. I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson is a master art of film. Joaquin Phoenix was great. Owen Wilson was good. I mean, everybody does a great job in this movie. Give the film a B+. I think it is a good film. It's definitely no Boogie Nights. It's definitely no There Will Be Blood. But it is a really good film that's definitely worth watching at least once. And I do think maybe watch it one more time to get it. But other than that, I gotta say, it's definitely a worth watch, good time. Alright, sorry this review is a little late than I expected. I really wanted to get this review out like at least a week ago, but I didn't really have enough time. I really wasn't feeling that well, and it was just fitting in my schedule. I know I've been slacking a little bit, but I really want to make it up to you guys by bringing you more movie reviews. This week I'm going to review a lot of Oscar-nominated reviews. I'm going to review Whiplash, American Sniper. I also might review Birdman. I mean, there's a lot of movies that have been nominated that I really want to look forward to, that I really want to review for you guys. So guys, what do you think about Inherent Vice if you've seen it? Do you want to see it? Do you not want to see it? Do you like Paul Thomas Anderson? Do you not like Paul Thomas Anderson? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments. Find me on Facebook, like this video, subscribe, the usual, and yeah, peace out.